Well, we had a great morning this morning. We got a Flight Junkie 1149 up into the air, and he was pretty excited to fly. He came in with another brand, but we got him up there. We do train people that don't buy equipment from us, and so they do come in from all over the place. He came in from Oklahoma. He's pretty excited to make his first flight. What was really discouraging is the last 5 or 6 days, we've had some really hairy wind. And this morning, it was calling for really calm conditions, so we got to the field at sunrise, and we got him in the air, but it was increasingly getting windier and windier and windier. Now, I have some trikes here, and the trike guy, we have one guy that's been here for 6 days, and it has been too windy to fly every day with the trike. One advantage to the foot launching is you can launch in a little heavier wind in the beginning, because you can hold your feet to the ground. With the trike, you start moving backwards. It's one of the only disadvantages, but in my opinion, the trike has a few more advantages than foot launching. The fact that you don't have to put the motor on your back, the fact that you can land in any direction, but you want to pick low conditions for your first year. Later on, you know, I can do a reverse launch with a trike. I'd have to make a video on that sometime to show you how that's done. But it can be done. But it's really fun to fly in low wind, and that's when the trikes dominate. But one thing that I saw was with the group of students that we had this morning, and we see this with all of them, they, even after going through ground schooling, even after telling them how to observe the weather and pre-kiting their wing, I still see them wanting to make the bad decisions while I'm here with them. I mean, we just got through ground schooling. We just went through all of this, and some of the students, as another student comes in, we do ground schooling with each person. And sometimes the people that have already been here for several days sit through on the ground schooling again and again and again, and they hear it several times about being very cautious with the weather conditions. It's the number one reason pilots are crashing, is because they take this up in bad weather. I've never even, excuse me, I never even seen a collapse on a glider in almost 30 years of doing this. So when I see YouTube videos of people crashing or getting wing collapses and stuff, it's only because they're flying in conditions that they shouldn't, or they're doing aerobatics beyond their skill level. It is rarely the equipment going bad. It's always pilot error. And that urge to fly is incredible. Even after seeing videos, we play video compilations of crashes when people come in for training here. We show them what riser twist looks like. We show them what collapsing wings look like. We show them videos of that. And then I'm right in their ear talking to them and showing them how to kite and stuff. Even with knowing that, they still go, whoa, this doesn't look that bad. This doesn't look that bad today. Can I go up? And I'm like, okay, if I wasn't here, I guarantee this guy would have gone up. And it happens all the time. They do it all the time. And I'm like, this is the kind of stuff that when you leave here, you're going to have problems with. I'm not going to be there to say, don't do it. You got to really be picky with your first year. Pick perfect conditions that are within your skill level. And some of these guys, it's just their urge to fly is just overriding everything they've been taught, everything that just to get it done, because they want to get it done while they're here. Believe me, I understand it, but I'm going to tell you something. It's worth coming back for, especially since I train for free. Buy yourself another airline ticket to come back, or another couple tanks of gas to drive here, and come see me. I give unlimited training. Take advantage of that, because I can spot things that you're not even aware of that are happening. Like the guy this morning when he was flying, as he was coming in for a landing, started pulling on the brakes, pulling on the brakes, pulling on the brakes, pulling on the brakes more and more at 50, 60 feet. All right? And we don't do that. We wait until the last 4 or 5 feet, and we pull them on nice and smooth, like I teach you in my simulator video. And but had I not been there, by the time he was about 10 feet off the ground, I think he would have stalled his wing with a motor on his back. So I was able to quickly tell him, hey, you're pulling the brakes. And then he raised his hands up. But you need your instructor there until you get past all these little things you don't know. Don't make 1 or 2 flights and go home. You don't come in here for 1 or 2 flights. The training's unlimited. Take advantage of it. What's it going to cost you? A $200 airline ticket, or a couple tanks of gas to drive here from wherever you're at? Do it. It's worth it. I'll spend as much time as you need, but don't go home here after training and try to launch that thing after 1 or 2 flights. You'd be an idiot to do that. I just wanted to say that because I see this urge, and so many times when I'm watching YouTube videos, these guys training themselves and doing this and doing that, man, I understand the urge to fly, brother. This is the most incredible form of flight on the planet. But think it through, man. Be alive another day. I'm around, almost 30 years of doing this because I just don't take chances with that. I don't take chances with students. I've had students last week. I had a student get upset with me because I wouldn't put him up in the air because I didn't feel it was right. And I told him that's fine. He didn't even come in. He didn't even buy equipment from me, but I was training him. He didn't even pay me for training yet. I told him to keep his money. Every decision he was making was to try to launch in conditions that were contrary to what I was feeling. And I said, look, you keep contradicting me. I said, I don't want to be your instructor. I want to withdraw myself from being your instructor because you're not listening to anything that I'm saying. And I literally withdrew myself from him and sent him on his way. No hard feelings. I just don't want to. I don't want to deal with. He was questioning every decision making, every decision that I was making about the weather. It just wasn't good enough for me to feel comfortable putting a student in. And yet his urge to fly and his lack of knowing what he doesn't know was gonna. If I wasn't there, he would have launched it. And so I just told him to keep his money and go on and find a different instructor. We're not gonna work out. But please, I see this all the time. Finish the training. Get comfortable with it. Let them critique you. Let them point out where you need improvement with your landings, your takeoffs. There's more to this than meets the eye. And take the time to do it right. But I just wanted to say that we're having a great time. The guys are out getting a little bit of kiting in anyway, and taking advantage of this before it turns on too much. We've got a lot of wind. This was one of the windiest winters we've had in Florida this year. And we're getting ready to head back up to Ohio in a couple weeks. And we get a little bit better conditions, a little more stable conditions, believe it or not, in Ohio. Sometimes we're flying almost till noon without any breeze or any thermals in the mornings. And so we have a lot better days. Anyways, get in touch with me. Let me know what I can do for you. We offer unlimited free training in all 50 states. Come on in. Let's do it right. Don't self-train yourself. And if you have an instructor that's local and it's worth $2,500 to you, go ahead. But if you come and you get any equipment through us, you get unlimited training for life, for you, your family, your friends. We don't want you to train them. We'll train everybody that's related to you. If you bought that unit from us, you got an unlimited VIP pass to unlimited training. So take advantage of it. Don't be stupid. Thanks for joining me.